All CPUs are made of silicon, basically made of sand, in a clean room environment. And this process is crazy, complex, and expensive. Now imagine that you can print a CPU at home, on a paper or on a glass or even on your skin, and this CPU will be functional. It sounds like magic, but actually it is really possible with so-called organic transistors. And these organic transistors are so soft and so flexible, and I just love organic. All the incredible versions of the gadgets, which can be bend, fold, or even roll up like a newspaper, all of them are leveraging organic technology. Now, how far we are with respect to organic GPUs and CPUs? And does this technology have a potential to replace silicon transistors and to extend the Moore's law? Let's find out. So, what is so attractive about organic electronics? So first of all, it is flexibility, something you can never achieve with a silicon-based chip because it will simply crack. You know, these huge banded screens or this transparent TV, which looks really pretty. It is based on OLED, light-emitting diodes, where O stands for organic, and it emits light when it's in contact with electricity. Now there are organic transistors, so-called TFTs, thin film transistors. This is an organic transistor on a transparent thin film. The base of these transistors are amorphous materials, which have actually no order and no periodicity, which means that with an inkjet printer you can print the entire CPU. To be more precise, you can deposit it, though the process is actually very similar to the 3D printing. This means you need different kind of inks for insulator, semiconductor, and conductor layers. And then you use a paper or any flexible substrate, and then you deposit different layers on a substrate, wait, and make it to dry. Voila! This means it is possible to fabricate a CPU as fast as we print newspapers, and you do not need any special packaging for them. And the best part of it, these devices are not sensitive to impurities at all. And this is because of their amorphous nature, because they already have lots of defects in it. In this case, the fabrication process is much more simple and cheaper than we used to. You don't need to heat it up to hundreds of degrees. You don't need to make a special substrate here. And it's a big plus because actually you can use anything. While for our CMOS transistors, or CMOS devices, making a substrate is a big deal. When we are fabricating a traditional CPU, we need clean, very clean rooms for that, while organic chips can be grown in your garden or in the comfort of your bedroom. That's fun. Now, how organic transistor works? Actually, we can take any organic material and with a certain doping, right, we can make a field effect transistor. And it will be very similar to the usual silicon CMOS transistor, also in the way it operates. The big difference here, the speed. So the speed of these organic transistors orders of magnitude lower. Today's 5nm transistors can operate, let's say, at 100 GHz, but practically in a CPU the clock can reach 3 to 5 GHz, right? For instance, this phone has a certain bionic chip running at 2.6 GHz clock, so we are not anywhere near these frequencies with the organic transistors. With organic transistors, you can reach only tens of kilohertz, so it's like a factor of million difference, which means they can be only used for something with low switching speed. For instance, a display is a perfect trade-off, because for a display you don't need high switching speed, you need flexibility maybe, you need large areas, and you need low cost. And it's fits perfectly. Actually, one of the problems I see with building organic, flexible, transparent gadgets of the future that with organics you cannot achieve high enough frequencies. And we are not yet there to build a whole system around it. So also to build organic wireless chips and peripherals. Actually, there are ways to make organic faster by using ordered structures, similar to crystalline silicon, but we are not there yet. What we can build right now is a 32-bit plastic organic ARM processor, and this one operates at 28 kHz. It is implemented with Pragma IC 0.8 micrometers, so it is 800 nanometers process. I know what you think. From reading different papers, I understood that the smallest process node they can achieve right now is about 100 nanometers. But for sure, I'm sure they can scale it further down. And this device is like 10 nanometers thin, which means it is invisibly thin. And now, forget all the smart sensors and watches. Here is a smart skin. Such an organic sensor can be printed on your skin at room temperature with no pain. It is like an electronic tattoo. Beautiful inks, comfortable to wear, flexible, so why not? The good thing about it doesn't require any extras. So any conductive gel, skin penetrating pins or wires, it makes it much more comfortable to wear in comparison to traditional electrodes. And it gives you a freedom of movement. And on top of that, as a bonus, you get a more precise measurement. This, to me, sounds way better than implantable chips. You know, you don't even need to remove it. Sometimes you can wash it off with a hot shower. Smart Skin can be used to monitor your heart or your blood pressure, glucose level, and then such a device can display the measurement data right on your hand or right on your face. It can also measure EGG, so electrical activity of your brain, and EMG, muscle and nerve activity. So I see many potential applications for this. The huge advantage of organics here that it can interface with our biological systems in ways which is not possible with inorganic materials. Just imagine an artificial skin with tactile sensitivity that can be used to treat burns. And overall, we are moving towards sensors with ambient intelligence. Ambient intelligence means, for instance, I touch a door and the door opens, because the door has an integrated organic fingerprint tech. Due to its amorphous nature, the organic devices are quite leaky, so not super power efficient. And the reliability and lifespan of these devices are poor. So we don't want to send an organic microprocessor on a space mission. Otherwise, we will not reach too far. The main real business around organic semiconductors are OLED organic diodes. And it's already super advanced because they are lightweight. You can make them large, bright and flexible. And using OLED for screens gives better color, much better light distribution than LCD displays, so liquid crystal displays. And since the substrate here can be anything organic, theoretically you can build really large screens of the size of a football field or even larger, and it's relatively cheap to fabricate. For the rest of organic CPUs and sensors, they are looking for more practical and useful applications because, yes, sensors on cups and bottles are great, but it's not really advancing the quality of our life, right? And I doubt that organic transistors will ever replace silicon because for the most fun applications like HPC, gaming, laptops, phones, we need speed and reliability, right? As well as for chips which go in cars, we need something really safe here. We cannot afford a failure. Organic chips are more likely to emerge into new businesses and new devices which do things silicon chips cannot do. And another great part about it, the organic electronics is more eco-friendly in terms of materials and production, so I'm fully supporting it. If you want to support me creating these videos, the link to the Patreon is in the description below. I do these videos all by my own, from research to recording to editing, and that's fun. And thank you for all your great comments you're writing. I always read every single comment, even if I cannot reply to it all. Thank you guys, love you guys. Now you may like to watch another video on my channel where I discuss new IBM breakthrough. I will link it here, and see you in my next video. Ciao!